life. I'm the one who takes you there. Hey, I'm your life. I'm the one who cares. They betray. I'm your only true friend now. They'll betray. I'm forever there. I'm your dream, make you real. I'm your eyes when you must steal. I'm your pain when you can't feel. Sad but true. I'm your dream, mind astray. I'm your eyes while you're away. I'm your pain while you repay. You know it's sad but true. Sad but true. You're my mask, you're my cover, my shelter. You're my mask, you're the one who's played. Do my work, do my dirty work, scapegoat. Do my deeds, but you're the one who's shamed. I'm your dream, make you real. I'm your eyes when you must steal. I'm your pain when you can't feel. That's but true. I'm your dream, mind astray. I'm your eyes while you're away. I'm your pain while you repay. You know it's sad but true. Sad but true.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. We've got a great crowd here tonight. Got an old friend that's dropped by. Of course, we've got Graham, and also we've got Johnny. How are you, Johnny? It's been a while.
It's been a while. Doing pretty good, despite the nonsense that's out there.
Yeah,
How are you doing, Jay?
That, mate, doing good. Doing good. I'm good to hear from you, you know what I mean? It's good to hear from you. It's been a while.
Yeah, I've been busy. I haven't been on YouTube for now closer to 4 months. And I think, I've been busy with stuff going on over there in the Philippines. I'm still in the States right now. I got my girls right now. Had them since the end of June. Been taking them and making up time and, having fun. So me and her, the kiddos, and we've been doing things on our own, plus with the grandparents. So it's all good.
Yeah, well, Johnny, look, I just want to bring something up, mate, if you want to talk about it. There's a website getting around. Now, I don't know if you've seen that website or not. Are you aware of that website?
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
Okay.
Let's talk about that for a little bit. And there's a couple things out there as far as accusations and stuff like that. And I want to address the first thing. People who have seen that website and listen or read the context of that are under this assumption that I have some type of criminal action, or I have criminal complaints against me or anything. Everything that's in there is in family court, guys. It is a horrible divorce that had gone really bad, and it is continuing on through a custody battle. That's what this is. I'm not going to be able to get too much into this because I still have things that are ongoing under the family court system. So I'm not going to get too much into the details of that. But there is one thing that did come out in recent. I know everybody thinks that this Big Red Vet guy is me, right? But it's not. And Big Red Vet did one thing that he was incorrect on, and that was the term exonerated. All right. I'm not exonerated from anything. Exoneration would imply that I was charged with something, and I've never been charged with anything. The only thing that happened was I was accused, and it was found frivolous and false back in 2017. The things that are going on now are things that are current, and that is a personal battle that's ongoing. It's really none about anybody's business. The fact that they want to go ahead and make a web page, and it's one thing, it's about me, but now it's about, you know, all of my family, and actually, Jay, you're on it, and, you know, other people are on it, and it's just getting out of hand. It's obvious what it is a smear campaign in order to, you know, address whatever emotional issues they have against us, you know, and it's beyond the norm. It's not healthy.
No, it's not.
And if you give me 1 minute, I want to remind everybody how this all started. Okay. If you guys, everybody's under this illusion that, number one, I'm some puppet master, and that I'm coordinating an offense against somebody or a group of people, when the reality is, you know, Jay, how often do I talk to you?
Oh, not much. It hasn't been for a while.
Yeah.
A long time. Yeah.
Hey, Graham, have I ever influenced your ornery ass opinion in anything that I've ever said to you?
Oh, we had a discussion about cheese once.
Okay, so I might have influenced your decision making on cheese, but look, yeah, and the thing is everybody needs to know that I listen to the people around me more than I do influence them. Eric has given me very good advice. Graham has given me very good advice. And in the groups that we talk in, I listen and do what I'm told more than I do telling anybody what to do. That's my personality. I think it's a smart approach when people come to the table with good wisdom to take that wisdom and just do as you're told. So this concept that I'm some kind of mastermind behind an attack on people is ludicrous. Secondly, if you guys take the timeline, Alo isn't the one that started this. Dave is not the one that started this. This whole entire thing, this whole entire mess started at a point where Popeye and Dave and I were on a live chat, and we had a falling out because I had a difference of opinion on the direction. At that time, I was working with them on the RRR, you know,
Yeah,
and
I remember that.
Yeah, and you know, I had a difference of opinion because, you know, I wanted to get away from the drama. I thought what we were doing, I was participating in something that I thought, I woke up and I saw that was wrong, right? And then I had made the comment that, you know, at that time, John Doe didn't have any value to it, and they just jumped me. And that's really what kind of started it. The next thing that happened was that, you know, Jay, they attacked your family, right?
That's correct.
And then all of a sudden, there was all these accusations of doxing and all this other stuff. And I was asked by Popeye to go over and address it and calm things out, because he felt things would probably get messy. So I went over,
What
and
did
I
he ask
thought
you to do?
he asked me to go over and fix it, smooth things over.
Yeah, to go over where though?
Over to the Shill show to Jay and
Oh, right.
fix it all.
Yep. I remember. Yep.
Okay. And then that's when Joey and I, we worked our stuff out because, we had conflict at one time. And Joey and I are really good friends. There's another one. You don't influence Joey. You don't influence a Cajun on anything. I love it how they think that he's some kind of, Joey has his own opinion, Graham, and you know that. Secondly, we started to develop a community that was really anti-drama. Jay, if you remember that, we were actually growing a community that was just turning its back on it, and it was actually going in the right direction.
Yep, that's correct.
So there was nobody that has ever doxed anybody's families or attacked anybody's families or done anything like that. It's not that's a narrative that didn't occur. The end result was obviously, they started targeting me and nailing on me. And the minute that they got a piece of information that had any type or could be painted out in a negative narrative, they ran with it, and everything that they have on that website. And this tells you that people don't sit down and actually do the research on what is being said about an individual. They just take a piece of information, they run with it. And that's a little bit of a problem overall in all of our societies. Nobody has the time to double check it. They just want to go into a character assassination. But it's now come to the point where I think that it's affecting so many people collectively. Something has to be voiced about it. And that's the only reason why I'm doing this, Jay, is it's
I think as well, Johnny, a lot of the community knows this is going on. It's not, it's not like, I think a lot of people know what goes on behind the Discord. You know what I mean? The group behind it.
Yeah. And honestly, the group, we're talking about a community, and maybe we're also being a bit generalized and including a part of the community that isn't even associated with this. In reality, it's a very small portion. We like to think that we have this influence in a large scope of individuals, but the people who are participating in this or following this and stuff like that is very small. It's just that it's now so vile that the character assassinations can start to bleed over into other people's professional lives. I don't have a professional life. And these guys are obviously confused if they think that I have a reputation to protect. My reputation is long gone, or a need for one, the day that I left my exactly, DNC. Exactly. They're trying to pass off complaints as if they're actual court findings. But this association with it now can get off on other people's professional side. And I don't think that's fair. It's gone beyond this whole, schoolyard crap to where it's now possibly going to be detrimental to people who are seeking now loans because, they do SEO and Facebook searches for loans or, background checks for employment, stuff like that. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's beyond absurd. And and here is another part of this. And Popeye, you need to understand something. And Dave too, your delusion that somebody's coming after you in the background is absurd. You got to understand, I am a busy man. I have, for the last month, been dealing with my 2 girls here. I am married and have 2 cute kids in the Philippines. I'm involved with developing and, making a legacy in a business in the Philippines. I volunteer a lot of time to my veteran programs. I instruct, so I have students all the time. So the thought that, maybe, Popeye, you need to get off your ass and go get a hobby because your threats are absolutely absurd. You don't scare me. None of you scare me. I do not fear you people. Dave, you sitting there saying that I'm a pussy and all this stuff. I asked for conflict resolution by emailing you and asking you to meet me so we could sit down and talk about what was going on. And those emails were clear. There was never a threat in there. And it was just me extending courtesy because at one time we were friends. Okay? I was trying to reason with you. And the absurdity that you're going to sit there and say that, on one of those I showed up and you did not show up. So don't sit there. Before you left the Philippines, I asked you because you said, well, anybody who wants to come and get me, I told you point blank, dude, here I am. All of you, Alo, Popeye, all of you have always known where I am. I have never hid where I am. None of you. Alo, the time that you saw me, you ran. So don't sit there and make idle threats. Because the only thing you're going to be able to do is sit behind your keyboard and write trash, write lies. That's all you're going to do. And you guys, Popeye and Dave, sitting there saying, oh, I have nothing to do with it. The guy that drove the car when you robbed a bank is still an accessory to the crime. And that's exactly what you're doing, Popeye. You put those videos up. You give the forum. Dave, you give the forum. You were on that when Allah was sitting there. I'm gonna go have somebody rape your children, and you, Popeye, sat there and said, "You do what you got to do," and you, Dave, laughed.
Thumbs up. Do what you have to do.
Exactly. So you sit there and say, "Oh, I don't have anything to do. I don't have anything to any part of this." Bull crap, man. You're an enabler, and you drove the car, the getaway car.
Oh, they're all heavily involved. There's no doubt about it.
Mm.
And everyone in the community knows that. And if you can't see it, you've got rocks in your head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Up,
Well,
the only thing that's going to be left holding the bag is these guys when the shit hits the fan for them.
Well,
because while they're in an internet safe place, the shit's going to hit the fan, and what are you going to do? Point at hello.
Well,
this world's getting smaller too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this farce and the disassociation of that website with Alo leads that. The Will Wonks and Kuntfelter are the two behind the driving force on that, which is fine. And each one of them will have their day in whatever forum that they need to, enjoy it. Sit back and enjoy it, guys, because, like Jay said, your world is slowly coming in on you, and people are realizing that you're full of shit, right? It's just a bunch of little bitches that are, cunt hurt. That's it. That's what it comes down to. But hurt feelings, man. I moved on. But you guys got to keep mentioning me. Dave saying, oh, well, I don't do it. Man, every time you said phony warrior, you brought me into your conversation. Every time you sat there and used, oh, well, the one that I don't, you're just because you're doing it subversively doesn't mean that you're not doing it. You guys need this drama in order to perpetuate, and that's evident in the whole Frank and Dave thing, and they're after Frank. Look at Popeye drives on Frank and everybody else. They've got to have somebody that they can pounce on in order to make their pathetic lives feel good. And I don't believe for a minute that Dave's doing anything relative in life. He's got so much time to sit there on freaking. Oh, I don't got any time. You're always on freaking YouTube, dude.
Yeah, well, you got that right, mate. You got it right. And everyone knows it. And he's very sensitive too. You know, they're all a bunch of sensitive pansies in my fucking book.
Well,
Part of the bullshit is trying to twist it. See, have a look at Trusty's comment. Trusty, those things weren't said. All right, just because somebody else tries to put words into my mouth or somebody else's mouth doesn't make it correct. Okay.
And that's the thing, though, man, is the people that are aligning in this, and like Trusty Shellback, he's been on my ass for a while, and all these other guys. But I've come to the realization I really don't blame anybody for it. I don't, and I'm not out. I don't look if I met the guy behind Trusty Shellback on the streets of wherever. We'll have a beer and drink and talk and whatever, because I'm not going to sit there and hold a grudge against anybody in this whole thing, except for the people who have perpetuated this, designed it on purpose, okay, and then want to be all passive about it. I mean, they don't even own what they do. That's how absurd it is. At least own what you're doing. I have always owned what I did. Have I done some fucked up stuff when I was associated with RRR and all that? Hell yeah. But I apologized about all that stuff publicly. That stuff was something that we talked about on your show before, Jay, back in the day. And, I've moved on from that. I got too much going on in the right direction for me to deal with this asinine crap, And for them to sit there and say that I got something going on and I'm after them and I'm all this, if they feel that they're that paranoid that somebody's after them, they're obviously doing something they're not supposed to be doing to feel that paranoia.
Yep, they're definitely in denial.
Well, see, Don makes a good point about picking and choosing personalities. That's all well and good. But when all this stuff gets off YouTube and goes somewhere else and affects families, what is there, 6 or 7 families involved now?
Yeah.
That's when it gets ridiculous. That's when.
And all they got is, well, Jay said go after and harass their families to his subs. Well, to this date, 2-3 years ago, not me or any of my subscribers have harassed any of their fucking families. Not fucking one of them. But they've sure had a good time harassing a lot of other families.
Exactly.
Concocting up their bullshit in their Discord group, which they're heavily involved, all of them. You know who you are. So to think people don't know, fucking they know.
It's like schoolyard bullies. It's just pathetic.
And man up and pull your fucking socks up, man.
So, Johnny, you're not broadcasting from a prison?
No, man. Look, that was never any option, right? They took the term contempt, right, and ran with it. And again, I'm not going to get into the details of anything, but this is all family court stuff, guys. This isn't Law and Order. So you really need to get over it and mind your own damn business and stop getting into mine. Because all you're doing is getting people in trouble that don't need that any more of that. And I'm not talking about me.
Yeah, I understand that. And to be fair, anybody who, let's say, is of a certain age that's likely been through a divorce, is going to know about this stuff. They're going to know that you have to go through the court system. They're going to know that things get said that often aren't true, and you have to sift through it. But at the end of the day, you come through at the other end. Eventually, you come through.
See, my ex-missus, back in the day, I had to go to court for 3 years over her just to get a fucking weekend with my daughter. Now I can get what I want, you know what I mean?
Yeah, look, it's been a long process, right? But hey, it doing it the right way in the long run is rewarding. I feel like I've been denied time that was constructive, but now, the questions that I'm asked by them, you know, my girls, right, are validated, and they're, you know, we don't have the stress. There's not any awkwardness. We've had fun. You know, I've got my little girls back. I mean, they're a little bigger now, but their attitudes are positive, and you know, I've really enjoyed my time because it has been done correctly, and that structure has been put in there. And for once, I can honestly say the court systems are doing exactly the way it should be, you know, here. And I hate to say it, sometimes it doesn't go that way. I've been blessed in that, and luckily it's going right because a lot of hard work has been behind that in order to ensure that this has been done right.
So, when is this website coming down?
Oh, I don't know, man. You know, I got to be totally honest. Anything that like that, I probably half-assed reviewed or anything, because, like I said, I got other interests in what thing. The only reason I'm even getting involved with anything now at this point is because other people are involved with, and that's not fair. Like I said, if it was just me, I probably wouldn't even be entertaining having this discussion here. The problem is that, you know, like you, Jay, and Eric, and you know, you guys are Joey. You guys are close personal friends of mine, and that really disturbs me that they're bringing that and family and everything else into it. That's wrong, you know. And it also just shows the bitch move that's going on with this. It's all about, you know, it's just, I don't know. I mean, I can't fathom how it is in society that we've dissolved to the point that we accept that this is something that should or could be done. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's almost as if it's like that Antifa thinking. You know, that left of centre thinking.
Oh, man,
yeah.
like liberals, mate.
Well, here's the thing. They sit there and in one hand they try to portray this, and they do this regurgitation of, you know, everyday politics, and that's where they're trying to move, right? And what they're doing is they're just droning on about what it is that they've watched on Fox Network. Okay, so they're getting a conservative view, but the minute that you really start to slice down what they say, what their ideology is, what their philosophy is, and their interactions daily, they're freaking liberal as hell. They're just, you're right. They're exactly these left-wing, you know, socialists that feel that they have the right to bear everything down. Then they sit there, and here's the other one. The hypocrisy is incredible.
Yeah,
Popeye sits there on Joey, calling him a white knight and all this stuff. And what the hell is Popeye doing? Every video he puts up, he's supposedly exposing somebody. What is that? That's white knighting. Man, just stick your nose in your coffee mug and go watch your freaking, you know, Jerry Springer or whatever it is that you do, and leave people alone. Because you guys are getting it so wrong. You're so far off base. It just makes you look more stupid. And why the hell, if you can't get gossip right, how the hell am I going to in any way, shape, or form think that your political views or what you're saying about the political environment in the United States is correct? You know?
Well, that's a good point about credibility.
Oh, they got no credibility at all.
You know,
For guys like that, they're coming in this community banging on for about 3-4 years, and they got a couple of hundred fucking subscribers. Goes to show who's fucking paying attention to them.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? You got one guy that's banging on about fucking Frank for fucking 3.5 years now. You know, that's not normal. It's not normal behavior.
Well, dude, I'm not going to sit there and condone what Frank is doing is right either.
I'm not saying he's right.
Yeah.
They're both much to blame, but fuck. You know,
I know.
On.
You figure one of them would have enough sense to, you know, just drop it. You know, here's the thing. You know, you start talking integrity and all this stuff. You know, They hit me and say, I have zero integrity. Yet, you know, when you got one guy sitting there going, oh, I'm never going to talk about this person again. And then the next day he's out there talking about that person again. You know, what does that do? What does that show anything about integrity? You know, you can't even stick to the promises that you make. You know, he made a promise, Dave made a promise to me. We are going to just drop this and we're just going to go on our own ways. I never talk about that guy. This is the first time I talked about him in freaking eons. Yet almost every other somehow, some way nowadays, he's trying to weasel in some subversive freaking comment or direct comment lately about me. So he can't keep a promise for shit. Why would you expect that anything that comes out of his mouth to be accurate? You know,
it goes to show what sort of man he is if he doesn't even want to meet up again in the States. You know, it's a bit, you know, you try to settle with the guy and he doesn't even want to fucking show up. It goes to show how much of a coward he is.
yeah.
None of them will show up at the end of the day anyway, so there's no point sending them an email because none of them will show up, you know, for what they've done.
No, man. It is what it is, man. It's just
they know they've done wrong. That's why they're not going to fucking turn up.
I'm really hoping. What I'm really hoping is that look. Our discussion right now is not going to stop them from doing it. To a certain degree, it's probably going to fuel it. You know that, right? Because what they're going to do is they're going to nitpick what you said or I said or Graham said or anybody else on this that's going to come on later, and they're going to dissect it and they're going to use it in their own narrative to paint what they want. That's fine. What I'm hoping to do is just wake people up and realize just how it's just a pool that the threats of now this Russ Bundo guy, right? I don't condone what he's doing or what he did with the files to whatever, because all you're doing is perpetuating that. That's nonsense. You know, the accusations that somebody's going to make a file or a case against somebody is ridiculous. So why would you want to compound that by making your own accusations when you damn well know you're not going to be able to do anything as far as keeping somebody from going to the Philippines? The process isn't like that. You know, they made the statement that, or Alo made the statement that there's a case against me for in the Philippines. Well, he would have to show up to file it. It all starts at the barangay level with a police blotter, which means
exchanged.
Exactly.
You wouldn't want that, you wouldn't want your name exchanged.
Yeah, and here's the other thing, guys. I have my 13 Alpha. It's not like I'm on a tourist visa. It's not like they're going to not let me in. I get a day in court if there was a freaking case against me. I get the avenue of defense. So this nonsense about what they're trying to do or what they say they're doing, it's all rhetoric.
Yeah, but if there was a complaint, you'd have that on paper, and you'd have who made that complaint and so on and so forth. So, yeah, the fact that you don't have any of that.
Yeah, and I'm not even remotely worried about it. I'm not even remotely worried about it.
It's like when they guaranteed that you were never going to get your 13 Alpha. Do you remember that? You were never going to get it, and they were going to complain and all these different bits of bullshit. And I remember very well because I was with you when you got it.
Yeah.
And it was just go through the process, and that was it. That was it.
It was
I remember the hardest part of you getting your 13A was going to your appointments.
Yeah.
Was traveling to your appointments. Wasn't about anything else at all. So they're full of shit. Absolutely full of shit.
The deal with the 13 Alpha, man, if you guys are eligible for it, I strongly suggest, because you're also building. Now, I don't own my 13 Alpha. So me saying I have my 13 Alpha is a farce, and I apologize for misleading that. But
you've got probationary.
Well, no, it's the spouse is the sponsor. The spouse is the one that actually owns the 13 Alpha. They're
technical on me.
Yeah, but the deal is the relationship that you build with the BI office. When I left, I had to get a the very first time that you get the 13 Alpha, and then the very first time that you're going to leave the country, the BI wanted me to do my exit clearance at the Bureau of Immigration. So I went up there. It took like 5 minutes, but they knew who I was. They were kind. They really didn't talk to me that much. They talked to the better half more than they did me. But it's cool, and I like that, and I like that relationship because it also keeps you in tune with kind of what's going on in the climate, because there's a lot of this talk about how the Philippines is negative on expats and foreigners. Nah, man, it's just what they are is they're negative on the people who are doing things wrong. They're hemming them up, which is the same thing that we do here in the States. That's what we're trying to do with our immigration processes. Is everybody needs to do it the right way. So, there's no complaint on it, in my opinion.
Okay, so what else is going on?
What
were you doing last week?
Last week, let's see. Man, me and the girls were. I had a court appearance last week, right?
Because everybody knows about the court appearance. Aside from that, what have you been up to there?
Oh man, dude.
Have you got a good steak in your belly yet?
Oh yeah. In fact, just Friday night we were over at the neighbors because my dad did a whole bunch of stuff for them up there, up the road a little bit. They invited us over. Man, we had these big, huge thick New York strips. It was good. A couple sirloins. The girls had like little fillets. They're meat and potato kind of gals too. So.
Is that the girls that everybody claimed? Well, not everybody, but certain people claimed that.
I don't get to see. Yeah, my daughters. Yeah.
They've been with you for a little while now, haven't they?
Yeah, almost 6 weeks.
Yeah. That's a long. What were they calling it? Supervised visit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's good to see it's all working out for you, mate.
Yeah, it is. Things are good, man. Things overall are really good, and I look. This whole process has had a weird effect. A lot of people did turn their back on me once this webpage went out. Okay, a lot of people, have disassociated with me because they don't want the heat. Now, not the people that they were targeting, okay, but just people that I would have been. I'm surprised over. However, on the flip side of that, I know who my friends are, definitely, and those bonds, have strengthened. I mean, I know Jay, Graham, you guys are definitely my bros, and you've had my back. I've got your back. Eric, Joey, and I just don't want to mention a couple other names. They got my back, and I know that. Plus, I've had the opportunity to join an organization that has brotherhood as well, and these guys are straight up great guys as well, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. It's awesome. I'm glad you came to get this out.
Yeah, man, and I'm kind of skimming over a lot of what's going on in the chat room, and a lot of them are saying the same thing for weeks and months now. They're going to nitpick this and they're going to run with it, but I just don't give a fuck. I don't. The only thing that's bothering me out of this whole thing is the fact that it's bugging. Like, they didn't need to even bring like Andy K into that website. You know what I mean? They didn't need to bring you, Jay. I mean,
I haven't even looked. I really haven't even looked. I didn't even know I was up there.
Yeah, it's and they brought DNC into it. You know, this stuff is just absolutely asinine. You know, and like I said, it's just a bunch of little schoolyard bitches thinking that they can do whatever because they're gonna run with gossip. You know, like in high school, the mean girls would run with gossip and ruin the characters. That's all this is, and it's words, man. And I don't value their opinion, never have, right? I don't value their integrity, and I look down on them because, and I really shouldn't, you know, but I do look down on them because of what they're doing. I don't think it's any of them are doing anything, you know, are doing anything that's constructive or you know, contributing any positivity to any type of community.
Yeah, well, them Muppets weren't in the community before. It was a lot better place, to be honest.
No, I think think about what Joey was doing a few months ago, or actually last year. You know, people were getting together on YouTube and in live streams and, you know, just having a bit of a chat about this and that. And there were real life issues discussed from time to time, but a lot of it was just like banter, and people got along.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that. They don't like it when people get along and can agree on certain things, and not everything. There's nobody agrees on everything, but you know, on some things. And I can see in the chat, Dunder's getting a bit of a hit there, and I'm not sure whether that's overly relevant. You know, the guy hasn't been around long. He doesn't really, maybe he doesn't know the full story. I'm not sure, but he's not here to defend himself. So I don't, you know, he probably shouldn't get attacked for that. It's more about the filthy things that these other people have been doing. I mean, talking about raping children. You know, how anybody can sit in a chat and go, oh, yeah, you go, hello, go. Like, that is just so fucking sick.
Yeah.
So pathetic. So any of those people that support that, I sometimes wonder which one's worse, the people that make those statements or the people that support those statements. Because it's vile. It's just vile. And any grown man with an ounce of fucking balls knows that. They know that. You guys all know how vile that is. It's not funny. It's seriously not funny. When it goes off YouTube and goes into other areas, that's when it gets really sick.
Well, it really shouldn't even be on YouTube, man. I mean, honestly.
No,
look,
you're right. You're right. But when it goes beyond YouTube, that's just so vile.
When they look, what they're doing is, and they finally got one from me, but all they're doing is looking for response. Ideally, what their perfect response is again, you know, you can remember when they pushed me to the point with the whole stolen valor thing that I had to go on YouTube and show all my DD214s, my 1 alpha, everything. I put all that up there.
I remember that because there was one softcock that got upset that and made all kinds of accusations in regard to that area, and then was proven wrong, and he got his nose bent out of joint, and he's never recovered from that. That guy has never recovered from that, Johnny.
And the only thing that really I regret is I should have kept that video up. You know, when I closed Johnny Warrior, The Adventures of Johnny Warrior down, all those videos went away, and I should have just kept those up because then I think that's kind of what generated it. You know, and I had everything up there. You know. And to kind of because I don't want to keep perpetuating this crap, right? But you know, guys, I've always been honest with you, as like with all this stuff, all right? And if you guys remember, I used to tell you point blank, I have done some things in my past, not what they're saying that I am, but have I always been the perfect role model? No. And I struggled with my PTSD. That is not really the majority of my disability. You know, I have a zipper up my back. I have thyroid cancer. I have no thyroid. All this crap is really why I'm disabled. But, you know, the PTSD is part of that assessment. And, you know, I struggled with that, and it changes my mood and get in pretty quick. And I used to have pretty severe mood swings. Sometimes I still have days that I struggle with that, but I'm working on it day by day, and I've got a good support network that gets me through it. However, I don't think it's a right. You guys have the right to sit there and use that against me, manipulate it, and not you guys as in UJ and Graham, I'm saying these guys don't have, you know, they don't know what they're talking about. You know, they don't understand what it is that they're putting through. But some of these guys, and I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, I have my own doubts, suffer, you know, self-profess that they suffer from PTSD too. But here's a piece of advice I'd like to give some of these guys. Last year in 2018, when I was in Solano and I was pretty much sitting at the house vlogging, and that's the only thing that got me out of the house. You know, I was having a lot of, I was fighting depression a lot, and, you know, focus, purpose, stuff like that. You know, I was kind of not in the best of state, I would say. Since I've gotten engaged and I'm busy, and, you know, that's the reason why I had to leave YouTube, is I just don't have time to do the vlogging anymore. I have a better positive attitude that I was seeking and looking. You know, I have more self-respect. I feel that I have value and I'm contributing, you know, and that's something to say, because if these guys would do the same thing, get off their butt and do something to their community, do something for, you know, I know now, and this is the liberal thing that you can tell that they're liberal. They're bashing people who say, now the thing is, well, you're out, so you shouldn't be wearing your camouflage shorts, and, you know, that was your past and everything. Look, that long of military service is part of your identity. It's ingrained in it. You're not going to turn your back on it. And to sit there and say any aspect that it's not part of who you are isn't being very honest. So maybe embracing it and helping vets, embracing it, helping the community, and especially like for you, Dave, in San Antonio, you have a platform there where you could do a lot with voluntary work and helping, you know, young veterans or you know, people that are getting out, or people who need that kind of transition support. You know, you claim that you were a first sergeant. Why aren't you out there doing that, looking out for troops, instead of sitting around and being the opposite of what that identity was and trying to break people down, you know?
Is that Joey on the panel? I just noticed. Sorry, Joey.
No, I don't see anybody on the panel.
Oh, yeah, Joey. Yeah, how you going, Joey?
Yeah, there's Joey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
How you been, man?
I'm doing good. Just got home.
Good to hear.
Okay.
Okay.
Joey?
Yes. What's up?
You're being abnormally quiet. You usually have something to say.
I was on my phone listening. I just got home and got on the big PC.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts,
I've been listening. And look, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, what they're doing is sick. It's really sick, and they really need to get a life. But you gotta understand who you're dealing with, man. If they don't do this kind of stuff and rag on people, then their whole life falls apart. You know, that's just the way it goes. How can you sit there and rag on a disabled person when you're disabled yourself? I know why they're doing it, because in their heart, they can't take it that they got disabled, but eventually you gotta let that fucking shit go, man.
Oh yeah, agreed. I mean, I
It's
don't know why they
crazy.
can't.
It's fucking crazy.
They should be doing something more constructive. I mean, doing something positive helps you feel more positive about yourself. I don't quite understand, why some of these guys look at Popeye. Popeye sits in that house and does nothing but, watch TV and YouTube. Why can't he get out and do something constructive he's got one of the best VFWs in the Florida right there in Holiday that he could freaking, contribute to and, be a service officer or there's a million things that you can do that has more of a positive impact than sitting there and nitpicking information that you don't understand, twisting it around into a false narrative, and then running with it, destroying characters, and quote unquote, how does he put it? He says he's, damn, I drew a blank. You know what I mean? When he's putting the light on somebody doing wrong. You know what I mean? So I just don't.
Selective light, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's very selective. So, maybe if they're going to sit there and try to do the commentary shows on politics as boring and all it is them regurgitating what they're hearing on whatever, there's no actual personal opinion on it, stick to that. But don't sit out there and try to pull this narrative that's so destructive and it just shows you for what you are, because there is a section of the population, as the United States and society is very divided right now, point blank. And there is a portion of the society that is going to latch onto that negative narrative like they do. So us sitting there saying, oh, they don't have an audience, that's not correct. That's not a factual statement either, because they do have an audience. It's small, but it's very vocal. And it's very action orientated. That's why the left, this socialistic side of what's going on in the United States is making the movement, is because they are vocal. So they're just falling into that trap. They're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Oh, I agree. But it's no point. That's why I just got off, man. You can't argue with the leftists. You can't, because they have no comeback. They're just gonna freaking start screaming at you. They're gonna start calling you names. They're gonna just attack your family, and then in the second breath say, "Oh, there's tribalism." What the fuck is that? What the hell is that?
It's called
what they're blaming us for is that we're doing this because we're being attacked. We're going into like this primitive instinct to circle the wagons and defend ourselves. They don't understand that the relationships have been built before, and we're friends. And because we're friends, they want to attack us as a group. I
know what you're saying, Johnny. But listen, look. Okay, so yes, we're friends, but we can't be guilty by association according to them. They are friends. I don't understand it. It's like talking. It's double talk. Yes. Is what they say. It's double talk. So it really don't make any sense, and it really don't make anybody to be able to debate them or talk to them, because what's good for them is only good for them. Is how it works. How all this crap really started is, if you're gonna start a channel to bash on people, and you get bashed back, not family-wise, but just got your feelings hurt, maybe you might not want to start a bashful channel. That's how it works.
Yeah. No, you're right, man. And like I said, in the past, I was guilty of being associated with that. But we all, in that timeline, we all got together and turned our back on it. For a while there was a good 6 months that things were really calm. That's because everybody, look, this format, like the shill, Thunder GT, where it's just like a talk, it's just people getting out there and talking. I think that stuff is pretty awesome. I think that, Jay, you need kudos on that, because as far as I know, you really kind of developed that, is opening the YouTube channel to anybody who wants to come on and just talk and have a narrative.
That's right.
What happened to Joey? Oh, he's still there. Okay.
Joey doesn't take well to flattery.
I just, sometimes I just like to stay away from all this crap because it's really nonsense.
Yeah, it is.
And it don't even pay. Look, it's kind of funny. Oh, I'm done. And the next day, guess what? Shit, I stayed off a month one time, 2 months the next, and I'll be damned. They always gotta bring your name up some way, somehow. They have to just bring you. So you just come on and say, "Wow." You can't just let shit be. I must be just like in your head. But then the next one they're gonna be saying somebody's doing something in your butt and sticking it in your mouth. What kind of vile crap is that? You're not dealing with men, is what you're not dealing with. So why? I mean, it's like I don't even want to come on here no more to answer to that stupidity. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, and you're right.
Bob Jones in the comments. It only gets serious if you let it. No, sir. When it gets outside of this platform and it goes to your family, and your family is threatened with disgusting acts, right? When your family's told that you're in an accident and you're in an overseas country and you're dying, it goes way beyond what you're talking about, and that's what we're trying to discuss right now. It's not about Ralph or Joe or Fred said nasty things to me and my butt hurt. It's seriously not about that at all. It goes way beyond that. It's really
Here's the last one about the family thing. This is really, if I had high-speed internet, I would capture half of the shit they say and just play their own voice. I got slammed for that already. You remember when I was putting somebody's own voice? Well, that was sickening of me, and it was wrong, and we got other people doing it now, and it's okay. But the other day, they said, well, the reason why the wives and the families are able to be attacked, because if they even talk on YouTube, then they're fair game. You have to have a sick fucking mind for that. Really, you have to have a sick mind.
Okay, but then in that respect, then Dave shouldn't be even arguing Frank attacking.
I just was gonna bring that up. Thank you, Johnny. So yes. So if it's fair game, what is he crying for? What is he crying for? See, that's what I'm saying. Half the time, these guys say shit and don't even know what they're saying, man. They don't even catch it. I'm like, wow. You listen 2 minutes of their shit, and you're like, wow. You just turn the shit off and say, my God.
Well, again, it's just what it is. It's a negative narrative. They're doing everything they can to perpetuate it. The other part of this is there's a lot of pride involved. Nobody can sit there and say, oh, you know what? I was wrong. They can't do that. I mean,
that's what men do. That's what men do.
But we're not talking about somebody who you're bringing something into the dialogue that we all know is not. They're not men, dude.
Well, yeah.
Because Jay
too. I mean, well, shit, I've been hearing shit about Johnny's family too, Graham's family too. Yeah, I mean, it's just sickening of what it is they can't get to us, right? Because we'll just lash back at them. So the natural thing they got to do is talk about 13-year-olds and laugh about that shit. So in my mind, that's why they agree with Aloe when he says that sickening, vile bullshit. That's why they agree. Now, when you say, "Oh, we was on the show, but we don't agree with it," when you say "carry on smartly," your interest doesn't conflict with my interest, that means you fucking agreeing with it. I mean, get your words straight, brother.
Well, of course it does.
But that's why they sticking up, because they're sick like that. When you say, "Oh, Joey met Bama and Bama touched his 13-year-old," you're a sick motherfucker, man. You really are sick. First of all, that would never happen, right? It would never happen. I wouldn't allow it to happen, and any man wouldn't allow that shit in front of my face. Come on. So why
Yeah.
would you make up some stupid bullshit? But that's sick people. That's how they are. But they'll swear up and down they don't do it.
Yeah,
They will say they don't do that. They don't allow that. Oh, come on, man. Fucking full of shit.
Now, if people don't agree with you about an issue, whatever that issue is, that's fine, right? By all means, debate the issue, and agree with, or even agree to disagree or whatever. Or if you don't like somebody, tell them to fuck off. But don't go attacking families. That's low. That is really low.
Yeah. When they, when I had that one channel, I want to say last year, and I was doing the talks, they calling people out for the nonsense. And that really got them kind of irritated. I think that also refocused them on me a lot because, look, man, I just went opposite of what I was doing when I was, running with him on the RRR. I'm like, man, now you're just getting nonsense. And the minute that I started calling them out and breaking it down, telling them exactly what was going on and why it was wrong and what they were doing was wrong and how it was socially unacceptable, they, instead of just, maybe I could have done it more supportive, but they were really going overboard against a lot of people. Instead of looking at themselves and what they're doing, they all it does is, put gasoline on the fire. That's why I kind of stopped that, because it wasn't doing anything. It had zero impact on trying to influence them and show them what they're doing. So, this discussion that we're having is mainly really for the audience. It's not for them. Nothing that we're going to say here is going to get them to change their attitude or their mind, because they are what it is. They're going to have to recognize that they need to do something productive in life rather than sit there and be little bitches and whine and cry about everything that goes on, which is liberalism. Okay, so they're going to come back and say, "Oh, they call us liberals." Oh, ho, 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 ho. Look at no, because this is that liberal victimization mentality is what they're doing. Okay, and it's asinine. It's stupid.
You know how you can really tell when they on live stream and they just point you out and say, that focus raising Cajun AK, they just need to shut their YouTube channel and shut the fuck up. That's what liberals do. That's what leftists fucking do.
Yep. And see, Jay and Graham, you guys deal with the same political ideology, social ideology there in Australia.
Well, Jerry wants to come on. I'm trying to work out how to give him a link.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Just want to step out for a few minutes as we're going out for a walk. This is so mind-boggling, this community. I have to say, man, I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen military people act this way. And I don't have a lot of military friends. I've probably got a half dozen friends that were from the Vietnam War. They went to Vietnam. They don't act like this. They don't defame other military people. As a matter of fact, they rarely ever talk about their time in the military when we're all together. Once in a while. Maybe when they're among themselves and there's no civilians around, they might. But I've never seen anything like this, man. It's amazing. But when you look at these people's lives, they have no lives. And this is their life. Sitting on YouTube and fucking with people. This is exactly what they do. They get off on this, man. They actually get off. on doing shit like this. Now, everybody probably said, well, yeah, you were part of RRR in the very beginning. Well, actually, the reason I got out before all that shit started, this is like a gang, gentlemen, this RRR crew, whatever. It's like a gang. You get jumped in, I guess you got to get jumped out, right? Well, I never really got jumped in, so that's why I left. See, and that's basically what they're doing to you, Johnny. They're trying to jump you out. You know what I mean? Because you were in too deep. I hate to say it, but that's reality. It's true.
No, and you're right. And I remember, I mean, look at it. You had the balls to actually walk away from what they were doing at the very beginning, you know, and you closed that channel down, that forcing him to go to another avenue because that's not the direction you wanted to go. Blam, look at what they do to you constantly. Everything that they do, what is it now, 2.5 years later? They're still dragging you into it. And I don't ever hear you say anything about anybody.
And that's what you need to do. You just need to just step away from this, because the more you fight back, you're just adding fuel to the fire.
See, you're confused at what this is. This isn't us fighting back. We're not responding to them. This is more.
I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about in the past when you were coming back at them and all that. Not right now. I'm talking about in general when this all started going down. And I think you were adding fuel to the fire, but that's just the way you want to do it, and that's cool. Everybody does their thing their own way, how they want to fight back. You know? No,
and I think you're 100% right. That's why I closed that one channel down. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't even been on YouTube or really paid attention to it for the last 3+ months. You know, I think sometime in April was the last time I did a vlog over on Expat TV, you know, and since then I haven't done anything.
I think it's a good idea that you got your 13A. I would strongly suggest you get some legal counsel in the Philippines because you're a resident, in case they do something stupid over there. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm already got myself ready with counsel there. I have 2 lawyers, and I'm going for my 13A as well in case people get stupid. Okay. Some people say, well, fuck the Philippine, law system. It depends. If you know how to use it right, and if you know how to use your lawyer correctly, you can get some stuff done in the Philippines, But anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, man, it's some crazy shit. I've never seen anything like this before. But I guess with the age of with the internet nowadays, this is the norm. Best thing to do is just do your thing and just move on with your life, because these people will be like that until the day they die. There is no changing. They just got a lot of hate in their heart, and that's what this does to you when you hang out with people like this. It puts hate in your heart, and I saw that right away, and that's why I have to I got to get out of this. And even my wife saw the same thing. We said, you know what, this is not right. I mean, I even had Allo trying to contact me here on Hangouts, with the stuff that popped up about me and all that. I don't give a fuck if you got a file. There is nothing about me. I don't give a fuck. You can have all the files you guys want, all that shit. I really don't care. I'm sure these guys have looked into my background, all that shit. There's nothing out there. So that's fine. They want to do whatever. It doesn't matter. And I just laughed at him, said, get the fuck off of here. My wife actually blocked his ass. I guess I had my internet on, or my account was on. He was trying to say, "Hey, come on, man! He did this and this, and he wrote this about you." And I go, I don't really give a fuck. She saw him. This guy was sending me dick pics. I'm serious. And she blocked him. And you know what's interesting, guys? I mean, I'm serious. And the only guy that I don't like, it's Popeye. And him and I have a hard on. He's got a hard on for me, and I just don't like him. And you know what? The only other person I've never liked before, and the similarity to Jeff, I think Popeye is gay. I'm gonna have to say it straight up. He's gay. He's got to be. The masculine fags don't like me. Somebody like me, straight up. And I'm not saying that to be an asshole. This is of the people that I've seen before that didn't like me. That's the similarity that they have. The only commenting on it. Maybe you don't like, but anyway, just to get off that subject, it's very strange. These people are not normal. They have issues with whatever it is. It could be divorces. It could be this. It could be that. It could be whatever happened to them in the past, whether it's in the military, whether they were young. These people are sick, and they just don't know how to get help to help themselves. That's the problem. And they don't think they need help.
There's 2 parts of the personality, 2 pieces of the personalities, because there's really 5 individuals involved in this whole thing. two of them are kind of oppressed by their spouses. You know what I mean? And that in itself, because what YouTube does is gives them a avenue in which they're able to portray some sense of masculinity and make their threats and their comments and all that stuff. Because I'm telling you, if their counterparts knew what they were saying on YouTube, it wouldn't be tolerated in the house, and they go away. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, their wives don't know.
Yeah,
their spouses don't know.
Then go ahead.
No, go ahead.
They can't know. When a married man says, I love my wife and I love my kid, and you're in a freaking chat room or discussing like how you want to bang somebody else's wife, their wife can't know. It's impossible.
Yeah.
You can't. Your wife will just freaking cut your head off, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think they know about this sinister behavior, man.
Yeah, I just think, I think Jerry's hitting it pretty good with there's some behavioral health flaws going on in this, because reasonable
they need
people,
help.
Well, reasonable people, just kind of go on with life, right? And that's, of course, this conversation is going to be misconstrued that we're not going on with life, but this is the only reply that I've given in the last 4 months of all this BS. I think actually this is the only reply I've given about since this started. But the thing is Jerry, you're busy. Jay, you're busy. Graham, you're busy. Joey, you got a lot going on. You're busy. I'm busy. We've got lives that we live. We don't sit there and grill out responses to every little asinine accusation and bullshit. And again, the only reason why there's a response in this, or me talking about this, is it's not about me anymore. They're bringing friends and family involved in this, and they damn well know by doing that they're going to get something out of me, because I don't tolerate that. Fuck with me all you want. Don't fuck with my family or friends.
That's it in a nutshell, isn't it?
Hey guys,
I have to
go. I have the honor of making 2 beautiful little girls omelets this morning. So I'm going to go make some omelets for my kiddos, and my dad, he likes my omelets too. So I like doing it for him. And I will talk to you guys later. Hey, Jay, thank you for letting me talk on your show about this.
Anytime.
Graham, I'm going to be seeing you soon. Joey, I love you, man. You little coon ass motherfucker.
Go have fun with your kids. Go have fun with your kids, man. Don't
go have fun with your kids.
Fucking
Jerry, we need to talk more, man. Whenever you get a chance, we should talk more. I'll talk to you guys later.
Man.
Bye.
Later.
later.
All right, guys, I'm going for a walk with my wife since I got other things to do, better things to do than hang out with you guys on YouTube this morning.
Trouble starter.
Before Cajun gets all crazy and shit, I've got to get out of here.
Ah, really?
My wife's laughing in the background at your ass, No, I'm.
Well, hey, Jerry, we like your wife better than you.
Well, yeah, I've been told that my wife has a better personality than I do, and I agree. To that person that said that about me, I agree. I do agree. I'll let you guys go, man. You guys take care.
Yeah, Miss D. Don't let him get in trouble.
Later, guys.
All right, let me grab the coffee. Oh, that was good having Johnny on.
Yeah,
Sure.
good to hear from him. I'm sure some other people probably appreciate him coming on too, because he is busy at the moment, and he's trying to spend as much time as he can with his daughters. He hasn't seen them for a while. So good on him for setting the record straight.
Yep.
Let's see what fucking bullshit comes out of this.
Well, I give it right about now. Somebody will be
It's not gonna stop.
lighting one up.
It's not gonna fucking stop. Look, me and Eric, I just got on just to bullshit,
Yeah.
because I knew I haven't been on, and I got on and watched a couple of live streams, and they all like, oh, that damn Raging Cajun, he takes all his work down. He don't stand behind his work. No, fools. I did it. I put it in private to make you talk, and guess what? It worked. Y'all all butthurt because you can't get sound bites. That's your problem. I put you out of your Popeye one short. You can't have no more.
Hey, I gave him.
These
I
guys
gave
are
him.
man.
I'm upset, Cajun. I gave him some from a Popeye one short, and he does it. He does a 2-hour stream. I
But
tried
you know
to get.
what? I'm gonna have to put that stream back online because they totally lied about everything that was said. Nobody ever threatened any one of them. There was no threat said. All you said was the guy knows where we live. That's all you said. That's not a threat. That's just answering to the statement that he always says. Well, come meet me. Come meet me. Blah blah blah. I'll take guns out of your hand, beat you with a bat. How was that a threat? You said, hey, he knows where we live. That's what I'm saying. They make up so much crap. I don't even know how people can believe anything they say.
If I said it's sunny blue skies and I'm going for a walk to the beach, they would convert that into I was raping and pilfering in a thundery storm. That's just how it works. That's just how it works.
I've always said the Cajun. You take the one guy's brain, split it down the middle. Frank's in the left lobe, Cajun's in the right lobe. Living there.
Rent free.
But you know, I can pick back, right? in a professional way. I'm never ever talked about any one of their families, and I never will. That's not even in my lane. I would never do that. I don't give a shit how pissed off I get.
Personally,
just
I
downright
don't really
crazy.
give a fuck about their families. You know what I mean? They
Me
like
neither.
talk about it. Fuck. Why?
Because the families aren't the ones to blame for this.
That's right.
Oh, but the other day, like I said, I had to bring this up because it come out of their mouth that if anybody's wife's on here and our kids or anything, they can get attacked. Well, they need to watch what they say because one of their own wife's always coming on here. Right? So you shouldn't cry about that shit. Like I said, it all stems down. If you're gonna have a bashful channel, you bash people and make fun of people all the time, you be able to take the stuff coming back at you. Don't be crybabies.
Yeah, but it's all a load of nonsense in the first place.
Most of the shows now, Jay, are becoming. It's coming to. That's all you hear though. It's the same shit for freaking 6 hours, man. 6 hours. Bury this. Bury that. Blah 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 blah.
Cajun
My
this,
God, how many
Cajun that.
times?
Frank.
Yeah, how many times? This is like crazy, man.
Well, Johnny made a good point about.
We're not gonna talk about
Jerry.
them no more. They have no content. Don't go to their channel.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Johnny made a good point about Jerry, because they've been attacking Jerry for plus of 2.5 years now, and all because he decided to not go ahead with a channel. That's all he did was he
Graham,
just
you're right.
said no, I'm out, and he's been attacked ever since.
They are the ones that are tribalist. If you don't do what they tell you, just listen to what they say, guys. That's all you have to do. Just listen for 2
And
seconds.
they attack Jerry's wife.
And
too.
you're exactly. They attack everybody. If you don't agree with what they say, you're getting attacked. It's gonna happen. There's no doubt. But it doesn't matter. Look, Jerry don't even respond to them half the time. And what they do, still attack him. So it don't matter if you don't respond. Shit, they might make a website for you. That's how low they're going, right? And I'm trying to make the point is if there's no guilty by association, how in the hell did and go read the website? Because I went. Somebody said, "Man, you're on there." I'm like, really? Wow. I went and said, and sure. What they don't realize is allegations are allegations. When you're found guilty, you're found guilty, right? There's two different things, and half of that stuff on this website is pinpointing people being pedophiles and people just because you talk to the guy that you're endorsing that shit. No, it don't work that way.
No, of course not.
But guess what? They threw me on there. So what is that? Guilty by association, which they claim that's not possible? But I'm saying they live in their own little world, man. In their own little world.
I gotta laugh at the chat. ENS.
Yeah, I laughed at that too. Oh shit.
What's funny?
Fucking trolls.
Yeah, which
Funny
one?
trolls, eh?
Oh. Then they say they don't troll under other names, and they've been caught doing it.
You know what? That's what I pointed out, and it really pissed him off. He took that down because man, he was angry. I got him so angry. He was freaking. I could feel his lips just moving. He was so pissed off. And it was simple. I just went on to a live stream and I noticed that he got on and said something, and he says he don't have troll accounts, and it popped up, triggered something, and I'm like, huh? How is that? I thought you don't have troll accounts.
Be careful of him. He's very sensitive.
Yeah, I know. it set him off, man. Holy crapper!
Can I ask a history? Can I ask a history question?
But
Cajun, what the fuck did you do to him to hate you?
Nothing. Hey, I already explained the situation, and if you go back, well, he took all of his down. If you go back to his old string, he explained the same shit, right? There was nothing wrong. The meeting was okay. I just didn't want to hang out with him no more because he wasn't the type of person I could hang around with. I mean, the guy, he's just not my type, you know? He's boring. He said maybe 2 or 3 words. Why would I? But what he did was went online about 3 days later and just blabbed all of our private conversations that we had. And it wasn't no bad conversations.
Hey, I just want to know.
He just did it to a bigger blogger to make himself look good so that bigger blogger would fucking accept him, right? That's how this person is. That's how he is. He wants to be a show off. Didn't y'all laughed your ass off when I was talking about that stream about his little four-cylinder car. Broom, I'm getting on the interstate. Listen. Just listen to the guy, but he blames everybody else. But if you listen to his streams, we went and I drunk a $50 bottle of wine. Who gives a fuck?
Well, you know
what I'm saying? He always has to outdo you. That's how he is. Because the dude, he said some foul shit like, "Oh, Joey said he has a nice house." Well, you asked me if I fucking built my house, what you wanted me to do? Answer you or no? It's just a fucking house.
I'm just surprised you got online and were able to use your phone on that $500 a month they say you have.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. They say everything that comes out of their mouth, guys. If you believe anything, I'm like Jay. You have rocks in your damn head. You can't believe a damn thing they say.
Well, here's one. He ragged on me about my military career. Graham, did I ever say Graham's been around me and have been around my wife and been around for a long. So, did I ever say I had an explosive military career?
I don't know. I don't really listen when you talk much.
Oh, okay. I'll tell my wife you're in trouble next time. I never touted it. But all of a sudden, I've done this, I've done that, I've been here. I was full-time National Guard. I had a middle-of-the-road career. I had one deployment at the very end. That was it. But yet
The
again, I
funny
had
thing is,
big, glowing whatever. I never went
well,
to
because
any
that's
fucking high-speed schools. I never did any of that shit.
maybe they thinking, Eric, because that's probably something they didn't do. So
Well,
yeah, your career was better than theirs. What gets me is when they rag on you. The dude actually said, I'm going to Baguio in like 3 or 4 live streams before he went and meet you. And then he met you and then did live streams after that. We wasn't getting along back then. So yes, I would listen in. And y'all were like, oh yeah, we had a great time, great time. Now, after all this shit happened, now you scammed him of 10,000 pesos. Well, how did he let that happen?
they never
You see
did.
what you see what I'm saying, Eric? That's how they work, man. But if you go back and I'm pretty sure Jay heard all the shit. Graham, I don't know if Graham was around, but back in the day, nothing was ever said. It was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna send you this. Oh yeah, I'm gonna send you that. Hey, we had a great time, and then all of a sudden, how it become a bad time? If you scammed him and him and his wife were so bored when they was there, how would that? How do you do live streams just saying, "Oh, we had a great time. He's a good guy." I don't understand it. Where did the bad stuff? Where did the scam come from? Then,
I don't know. Tell
see,
me.
well, according to him, he said it again on the stream. He did. I got a copy of it. He could take it down. I got a copy because I love when he gets pissed off. I love it.
Well, he did say some nasty things and took a stream down where he called all veterans over medicated somethings asshole. I've got it
Yes,
on my. I,
yes, yes. I got it too.
I
I
got it
got it
too.
too. See, the guy does not realize he said some vile shit, right? And then claims he never does that. But yeah, I got a bunch.
Well, I actually, hey, focus.
Everybody else has a bunch. He just don't realize it.
I'm taking a page out of your book. I'm going
You took
around play when I go to the sorry store to get a beer or some cigarettes or something. I take my phone with me and I'm saying to the guys at the store, Graham knows most of my neighbors. He's seen most of my neighbors. I'll sit down and play the YouTube streams and let my neighbors start listening to them.
Eric,
All the local.
I never hid the fact that the shit on that damn Pretty Pony got out. I never hid it. I'm
Well,
not
I
the
didn't.
one that's doing it. But listen, I'll take credit for yes. I go to friends' house and locals' house, new locals that I
I
meet, and
started
I
too.
crank up YouTube and said, "Hey, y'all subscribe to this My Pretty Pony show." And I point out the first video that they talked about raping kids and let them hear that. They get pissed off, dude. That's how it's gone viral in the Philippines. If they want to know, I'll take credit for that. But it's
Yeah,
not me that's
I
doing all
started.
the other shit.
Honest to God, I'll own it. I'm starting to turn around the Popeye show. I'm playing Quentin Ballou for him. I'm playing the Pretty Pony for him.
Why? I mean, they want to be on YouTube. It's social media. You're supposed to share the stuff. We're not doing
Yeah.
anything wrong. I'm making them famous. They wanted to be famous. I'll make them famous.
Yep. And since I put all my stuff private and took it all down, I'm getting more subscribers now from my city, locals. So keep talking, guys. Please.
Hey guys, it's that time of the show where I chuck out a wrench and I ask a question. And if guys get it right, they get a wrench. Okay? So he's ready for the question. Now, usually the questions are about Australia, but we'll just go some random fucking question just so everyone can get involved. Not everyone knows everything about Australia. Now, if you get the question right, you will get a wrench. So everyone listen very carefully. It's not a hard question, or it could be a hard question. Have a good think about it. If you've got kids, you may get it right. What's the name of SpongeBob's pet snail?
Oh, Jesus.
Graham.
Fuck's sake.
fuck, Jay?
Hold on, I'm gonna have to call my goddaughter in Qatar. Hold on.
No,
No,
it's
you-
not for the panel. It's not. It's
Gary?
not for
They said Gary. The first
He
one that
got it.
said Heidel said Gary. That was
Yeah.
Heidel.
Yeah, you got it. All right. You get a wrench.
Eric,
Every
I got
day.
a question. I think I
Use
asked you
it.
the other day about
Don't abuse it.
Eric.
just
What
remember,
bag,
Yes.
Johnny?
wrenches can be given and they can also be taken away.
Yeah, they can also be taken. I think. I don't know. I think that's a good troll. I don't know. I can't tell them apart really these days. Now, there's a bit of incentive to get the question right, obviously. See, there you go. You got your wrench. Use it, don't abuse it. It can be taken away.
What's up, Dick Cider?
Stick inside. I want to come
Eric.
on.
Eric,
Yes.
you met Mr. San Antonio, right? Did you see any of his military papers?
Nope.
Or did he talk about his military career to you?
Very little.
Okay. Well, he called me a fake medic that I wasn't a medic, so I don't think he was in the military neither.
We can have that discussion. We'll have that discussion offline. Like I said, guys, I'll put it out now because you had a guy that was in the thing that was retired. Yeah, I was active National Guard. I never left the state of Maryland. Had one deployment the year I retired. I never went to any of these high-speed Ranger school, SF schools, none of that shit. I just did what I had to do to get promoted to where I left and did it and left.
Yeah, the link. Hagete wants a link, Jay.
Hold on.
Well, I'm just saying, Eric. I mean, actually, some of these guys just need to go back and listen to the shit they say on different streams and listen and read what they write like 5 months ago, 2 weeks ago, and realize that some of these guys are, man, my God, it's funny.
Okay, and also I never got a Medal of Honor. I never got a Distinguished Service Cross. I never got a Silver Star. I never got a Bronze Star. The only thing I have is what they call a Combat Infantryman's Badge. It's the rifle with the wreath. That's it. That is it. And you had to be basically under an 11B MOS in combat, 30 days, get shot at or mortared, and basically it. That's how you get it.
Bob Jones asked an interesting question. And the answer to that is they're typical Western women, mate. They're pretty much the same as what you'd find it in your own hometown. Some are good, some are not so much. All depends on how much money you've got. Nathan get a link, did he? I guess he'll be on the minute.
I have no idea.
DK's right.
Yeah,
I
of
mentioned
course.
that earlier. Anybody, man, go on a show and bust people's balls. That's fun, right? If you don't take it too far, then it becomes, yeah, nobody wants to go on your damn show no more. I mean, when you stoop down to the low stuff, now, fuck.
When that one guy said, let me get this right. Lord knows I don't want to be in a Popeye short. Your interests and my interests don't do something. And he said, carry on smartly.
That your interest does not conflict with my interest.
Mine.
You can go back. Exactly. It does not conflict. You can listen to it. It's on there.
Yeah.
There are a few phrases along those lines.
Here's the bottom line. Here's the bottom line. If you don't agree with the guy, why you still have emails and invite him on different streams and you go on streams with him still there? So don't say you don't agree with the shit.
But no, hold on. But
See that's where you give yourself away.
But somebody called that out on one of Thunder's streams, and Thunder said, Popeye told me they had to talk offline, and I believe it.
And that's Thunder's show.
Yeah.
Whatever Thunder wants to do,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
his
just
show.
saying.
You know, whatever Jay
Like I
wants to
said-
do. If I see somebody just attacking people's kids in here or wives, I'm gonna tell Jay, and if Jay don't do nothing about it, I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah,
Right?
that's fair enough too.
I have that choice.
Yeah,
I have a choice to do that. And I'm not
We don't do that here.
exactly, but I'm just saying,
And
each
if
one
there's
of us
anyone in
has
the
a
chat-
responsibility on our show.
If there's anyone doing it in the chat, I'll just get rid of them. You know what I mean?
But that's different on their shows. I mean, but Thunder, that's his show. Let him do what he wants to.
Exactly.
I mean, I already discussed why I don't like going there because it's always just bashing. And he made a comment the other day, said, yeah, Focus knows a lot, but he don't like to get online. Exactly, because it don't do no good for you to get on here bashing people. That ain't going to solve the problem. So why should I go on anybody's channel if they're going to do that? I won't. I'm just going to stay away.
That's right. Keep the toxic people away. It's the only way.
I see that one. I'm going to look at it. The 4-cylinder one. I'm about to watch it.
That's him, man. That's him. Whatever he look here. Thunder's a grown man. Thunder makes his own decisions. I don't tell Thunder who to bring on. I don't tell him not. I just tell him when I speak to him. I haven't speak to him 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. I just tell him, look, Popeye don't like me. I don't like him because he says foul shit. So I don't go there. But every time they're like ragging on Barry, this and that, I don't want to hear all that bullshit, man. I want to have conversation. Right?
Yeah, you get pretty sick of hearing about all that bullshit, eh?
Yeah.
Well, it gets old. Every show is. I mean, but that's him. That's his show. I know when we did a show, we wasn't like that,
It's
right?
Barry,
We're trying to get
Barry,
everybody
Barry or
fair.
Larry.
And
Fucking Frank. You know? Like,
Barry even admitted several times he did some stupid shit, and he still does stupid shit, right? But bring it up one time and just let the shit go. You can't do this every day.
What it is somebody's trying to not mentioning the guy, but he white knights from a couch and a computer.
I'll try to. I don't get involved in all that. Like I said, it's been a month, and I'm trying to stay away from all that jibber jagger bullshit. It's a waste of time, man.
Yes,
Yep.
straight.
I can read the damn chat though. Here, a lot of people are fucking. Well, you see, I haven't been on many channels. I just got this message today. I did my own the other day.
You did with me about a month
I don't know
ago.
anything about him timing anybody else. Jay probably knows more.
What happened?
Man, they say in your chat saying stuff about Thunder's timing friends out. I don't know. I haven't been there. I can't answer that, guys.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you'd be taking it up with him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying to be fair.
Exactly. That's what they need to do instead of y'all. I mean, I think they just exactly.
I kind of agree with Hylo.
I heard what these
BK's comment the other day was fucking funny on your channel.
Or most people
The
that
two of them-
do that, but
Go ahead. What are you saying there, Joey?
no, I was just reading the Heidel's comment that Barry uses this for supplemental income. Yeah, he does. Dude,
How's that? The other day, which I thought was pretty piss weak. You had that fucking Pinoy troll go on the Jeff's channel, and because the guy's friends with Barry, pull up his Facebook profile and just pick photos out and claim he's a fucking pedophile, mate. That's just fucking disgusting, mate. You know what I mean?
oh
I
yeah.
couldn't believe it.
Well, you see,
you
that's
can't.
what this.
You got to find kids on anyone's Facebook fucking page. You know what I mean? Because he's happens to be friends with Barry. That's just bullshit, man. Like, and Big Kev letting that go on is just fucking. That's one a strike. That's a strike, by the way, Big Kev. Eh? Doing that to people. You know, you can't just put
You're
up people's
still up?
Facebook page, expose their. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. And then make accusations like that. You know, YouTube will strike you. You'll get 90 days for that, big boy. You know, be careful doing that stuff. Or letting people go on your channel and do that stuff. Some serious
Well,
allegations there.
since you mentioned Big Kev, let's bring something up. Let's take a little history lesson. Some people were bashing the guy, calling him an e-bagger, bolo head. But when it comes down when they need numbers and friends, all of a sudden they're using the guy.
Oh, you clearly see the channel was used for that. Anyone with fucking half a brain can work that out.
Yeah. So, Kev, you ought to think about.
You know, he knows
Think
right
about
from
that.
wrong.
Yeah.
He'll know. He'll know if he gets a 90-day strike. He'll know. He'll learn pretty quick. Income stops for you, bud.
Yeah, it's the same deal with Kev. It's up to him what he does, but
Yeah.
at the same time, whatever people do with their channel, I mean, they've got to own it in the end. They've got to own it. So if they do,
And there's another person they used, Ren. They shit all over that guy for the longest time. But now, when they need a topic or subject matter, all of a sudden they're kissing up to him. So,
Yeah, I don't think Ren likes being in any of the limelight, to be honest.
yeah.
I think Chixie made a bit of a mistake doing that. Concerned viewer. Oh, God.
that's a good name, isn't it? Concerned viewer.
Concerned viewer. Just make a good comments. Before. That's what I do with my wrench.
I mean, you're now up to
Anyhow, people must
And
be interested in what Johnny had to say. I think there was about 65 viewers earlier.
yeah.
That's not too shabby for the shitty live stream that only comes on every now and again.
I hate to say this, Jade, but I'm glad for you. You're getting better numbers and subscribers and views than they do over there.
Yeah, well, I don't really. I don't know. I haven't been on here for a while myself, mate. You know what I mean? I've just been doing family stuff and a bit of time in between what I'm doing, just do a couple of live streams. But it's funny to come back and see that nothing's changed. Same old shit.
Well, no, you added a new player to the game.
Yeah. Anyway. It was funny what BK did. I don't know if you remember, Joey, what BK. Who was it? Was that? I don't know, some other troll in the fucking chat. In your channel? Do you remember?
No.
When?
Oh, Joe. Fucking the other day when we done your chat.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple of guys in there. I don't know who the fuck they were. Fuck, they were hilarious, man. I was pissed
Oh yeah,
myself.
yeah.
Look at him, this guy. Give him a wrench.
Oh yeah, one of them's here. Texas Ranger.
There's one of them there.
Yeah, some of them are good trolls, man. They just make funnies, you know.
Yeah.
But they'll get blocked everywhere else.
I couldn't stop laughing that night. Because you come on, and I thought, oh, fuck, I don't really feel like doing a show. I might just relax tonight. And then you came on, I thought, oh, it's been ages since I've seen Joey do a stream. I'm going to go over there. Fuck, it was funny.
Oh, Larry's here.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
The big Lazar.
How's everybody's floating nerve doing?
Hey, big
Barry
Dick.
is actually in the, I think he's in Manila.
Is he?
Mate, it might be true. He might be going to the doctors. He sent me a pic of him on some boat. I don't know. He could be going anywhere. He could be going to fucking Indonesia for all we know.
Yeah. Yeah, very good.
He's ended up in some other island. I'm here now.
Hey, we got the same panel. Big dicks, small money.
Big dick, small money.
Hey, BK, I saw a beautiful woman walking down the street the other day. You know what happened? Right away, my floating nerves started acting up.
Watch out, Larry. Watch out, Larry. You're going to get a Popeye short. Larry and his wife are having problems.
You're talking about wrenches earlier. I'm just wondering whether, Heidel, you can answer this. Is this your first time you've ever had a wrench? Because it's the first time I've seen a wrench on you. Maybe this is a first for you.
Usually he's blocked everywhere.
Yeah, I
What are you
know.
talking about?
No, well, he won the wrench fair and square.
Yeah, he won it fair enough. I only give one out every fucking stream, and then, you know, maybe when I take some back when people have been playing up, I can give some more out.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Makes it interesting.
That's a good question, though. You know, what's SpongeBob's pet snail's name? Not many people know that unless you've got kids. But anyway, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close down the stream. It's been a good night. We've had Johnny come on. A few other guys here. I know Larry just got on, but we're just about at the end here, mate. We're just closing shop. Thanks to all the viewers that come on. We had, I don't know, 63 or something viewers at one time. We're at 55 now watching. Thanks for coming on, boys. And we're going to close the show.
Thanks for having
How
me,
about
Jay.
any last words?
See you, Jay.
Yeah,
No,
thanks
no.
for having us.
All right.
Later, everyone.
Bye.